Well, good crafternoon, everybody. I hope you're all well. I'm Sarah from the Kids Table, and while we can't bring our pop-up kids corners to our lovely pubs and restaurants around London, we'll be bringing the crafty fun to your kitchen tables at home instead. Now, today is a very special afternoon. You might have noticed I've been joined by some friends here. Can you see them? So today, we are going to be making some very special paper dolls. They're superhero paper dolls. Now, what do you think of when you think of superheroes? Spider-Man? Batman? Well, no, not today. Today, we are making superhero key workers. They are the people on the front line, looking after us and keeping the country running. People like nurses, postal workers, cleaners, refuse collectors, doctors, lab technicians, and many more. So today is our tribute to them. And we would like you all to emblazon their tops with a thank you message, like we've done here, and put them up in your windows so that key workers in your local areas can see them, and we can spread our thanks and gratitude to those heroes working on the front line for us. Now, this is a great project that you can do as a whole family. Maybe you can choose a couple of key workers each that you'd each like to draw and decorate and put them all together, and it can be a big family project at home. Think about the key workers that you know. Is it your teacher at school, or the local postie, or the pharmacist in your local chemist? So have a little think about the key workers that you want to include in your paper dolls. We're going to show you how to make them. We're going to show you how to do them just like ours, or you might like to choose to do your own individual ones. Again, thinking about what colour hair does your teacher have at school? Do you want to personalise them to make them very special to you? So, let me show you how to make them. But you will need 3 pieces of white A4 paper. Just standard white printer paper is absolutely fine. We're using slightly thicker paper in the Kids Table kitchen. This is cartridge paper that we've taken from our sketch pad. And the only reason we're doing that is because we've chosen to use watercolours to colour in our paper dolls. If you're using thinner paper, using paint can make the legs curl up and the heads curl up. So if you're using thinner paper, use felt tips or colouring pencils to colour in your paper dolls. You'll need a pencil to draw out your doll shapes. Ideally a black fine liner, but if you don't have a black fine liner, a black felt tip is fine, just for the detail. Ideally a ruler to measure out your 3 sections for your 3 paper dolls per sheet of paper. But again, if you don't have one at home, I'll show you a little trick how you can measure them out evenly without having to use a ruler. Pair of scissors and some sellotape, and that is just to join our paper dolls together. So you get 3 in a chain, and then you'll stick together your next 3. Let's start with our first one. So we're going to take our ruler, and an A4 sheet of paper is roughly 30 centimetres long. So we're just going to measure 10 centimetres in, and add a little dot there. And then fold your paper up to your pencil dot. And fold neatly, making sure these are lined up. And then fold this final one in to match the edge. And fold that. So you've now got 3 equal sections. Now, the next fold you need to do is a concertina fold. So that means you need to fold in, then out. So in and out. Okay, are you with me? So that creates your concertina, like that. But if you don't have a ruler, don't worry. So this is how you can fold your paper into 2. It's a little bit fiddly, so you might want an adult to help you. Take your sheet of paper and roll and wriggle your sheet of paper into a kind of flat tube of even size widths, like that. And then start flattening that down carefully. and you'll end up with your 3 roughly even sections. There you go. So there are 3 important things to remember when you're drawing your paper doll. The first is the hair. So as you can see on our paper dolls, they each have a different hairstyle. Now, what you need to do when you're drawing your paper doll onto your concertina is to make the longest hairstyle. So the first hairstyle that you do, make it your longest one. So for these 3, for example, this is the shape that we drew. She's got the longest hair, and then we simply gave this chap a bit of a haircut when we cut him out. So make sure when you're doing your hair that it doesn't reach the shoulders and you can still see some neck, so you can give your gentleman a nice, or your lady with short hair, nice haircut around. So that's the first thing. So on this one, we're going to do a nice bob. So that's the neck. This is her bob. And back into the neck. The second thing is to always make sure your arms go off the edges of your paper. So that's the bit you don't want to cut. You cut out everything else apart from these edges, because that is what is going to hold all the hands together on your paper dolls. So arms straight off. Off the edge, the edge, the edge, off the edge. And the third thing to remember is to make your first paper doll one that's wearing either a skirt or an apron or a lab coat. So this sort of shape. Because you can cut out your triangle section to make trousers, but you can't put it in again. So let's start off with the dress or the lab coat down here. So it's that sort of shape, almost like a triangle. Going down into 2 legs at the bottom, joining up, and your second leg joining up to your arms. So that is your main shape to start with. And you then cut that out. I'm going to go super speedy now. So then you'll end up with your trio of paper dolls like this, all ready for a bit of a haircut, for a bit of an outfit change for some of them, and to get all their detail added on, their features added on, and to be coloured in. We're just going to turn it over so we lose our guidelines. And we're going to keep the first hairstyle as it is. The second one, we're going to give our paper doll a bit of a haircut. Use this one so you can see. And actually, we are not going to need our final one. We've done a couple of extras either end. You can if you like, but you don't have to. So let's bring in our others that we made earlier to complete our thank you message. Actually, we'll put them down here so you can see them more clearly. Y-O. And then we just need a U and one on the end. So for these ones, we are going to give this chap a haircut. Okay. I'm going to chop this fellow off. We make an individual doll with that one so it doesn't go to waste. And the next thing we're going to do is create this one. I think this one's going to have an apron on. So let me do it with my flat fine liner so you can see. I'm going to go up here, across and down. I'm going to cut that section out because he's going to be wearing an apron. So here's some we made earlier. You can see here that we've got our skirt on this one with a nice bob hairstyle. And here we've got a gentleman in a grocery store with short hair and an apron on. So I'm going to go over these lines now so that you can see the detail more clearly. And I'm then going to go super speedy to colour them in and finish off my thank you key worker paper dolls. Now, when I go super speedy, don't worry, we're going to flash up images of each one, and you can pause each one so you can copy ours or you can do your own. So here are ours, all finished. Now, unless you have very large windows, you're going to need to have them in 2 lines like we've got here. So you can put them up in your window and the key workers passing in your local area can look in, see your message of thank you, and hopefully it'll give them a bit of a smile. So the final thing we need to do is attach them together. So simply sellotape the arms of each trio together to create your final thank you. There. And you've got your lovely thank you. So I hope you've had a fantastic time making your key worker paper dolls. We cannot wait to see all your creations and all your thank you paper doll banners up in your windows at home. So please do share them, ask your adult to share them, tag us in with @theKidsTableUK so we can see them and collate them all into our online gallery, and use #CrafternoonKids so we can easily search for them and find them. That's all from us today. Hope you had fun, but for now, keep calm and carry on crafting.